Really excited to feature Billy Joel on my channel today. Yes, we're headed all the way back to 1973 and 1978 to listen to the Ballad of Billy the Kid and Zanzibar. We'll start with the Ballad of Billy the Kid. Comes from Piano Man, his second studio album. It was released as a single in the UK. It's a fictionalized version of the story of Billy the Kid. I guess Billy Joel changed a lot of the storyline to fit, his own experiences. And apparently at the end, he's referencing a bar owner named Billy, something like that, in his hometown, I believe. Anyway, excited. I love Billy. I love his storytelling. I also love his instrumentation, the creativity that he brings, all the masterful musicianship. So excited for both. Let's check it out. Wow. How cool is that?
Known as Wheeling, West Virginia, rode a boy with a 6-gun in his hand, and his daring life of crime made him a legend in his time, east and west of the Rio Grande. Well, he started with a bank in Colorado. In the pocket of his vest, a Colt he hid. And his age and his size took the teller by surprise. And the word spread of Billy the Kid. Well, he never traveled heavy. Yes, he always rode alone, and he soon put many older guns to shame. And he never had a sweetheart, and he never had a home, but the cowboy and the rancher knew his name. Well, he robbed his way from Utah to Oklahoma, and the law just could not seem to track him down. Served as a legend well for the folks they love to tell about when Billy the Kid came to town.
Nice.
Well, one cold day a posse captured Billy, and the judge said string him up for what he did. Cowboys and their kin, like the sea, came pouring in to watch the hanging of Billy the Kid. Well, he never traveled heavy. Yes, he always rode Bay, Long Island, rode a boy with a six-pack in his hand, and his daring life of crime made him a legend in his time, east and west of the Rio Grande.
Great call and response. Wow, come on. Did I love it or did I love it? I couldn't ask for a better opening with, those Western horse riding vibes. Whatever was going on, just loved it. I get percussion, piano, strings, and harmonica in the first, 20 seconds. Heck yeah, I'm totally sold. It was interesting to hear Billy's higher register. Obviously, he was younger. This is towards the start of his career. I'm just not used to that side of him. Of course, singers' voices are going to mature. Usually, as they get older, they'll get deeper. And again, appreciated a different pocket to his vocals. And for sure, I got some Elton John vibes in this one because of the great storytelling, also some of the piano lines going on, and of course, those big orchestral moments, which were so powerful. Yeah, I just love those big, booming, huge, exciting moments with the orchestra. They kind of came in quick here and there, but then they seemed to have their own solo in the middle of the song, a big orchestral solo. So beautiful. Very, very cinematic, of course. Appropriate for a big subject matter like this, a larger-than-life character in history. Wow. And I think this is the fastest I've ever heard Billy playing the piano, so hey, I appreciated that as well. Beautiful on my ears. This song has awesome peaks and valleys, right at the perfect moments, quiet, subtlety, huge drama, but all the while telling the story. It even felt like a mini movie, and I love that. It's crystal clear. We have expert lyrics here, expert songwriting, expert storytelling. It's obvious without me even knowing all the lyrics, but I did focus on many because he was telling a great story and I knew to zone in on that. Of course, Billy shining on the piano right at the end. Yes, please. Just to remind us what he does best. Wow. Just like others I've heard, scenes from an Italian restaurant, big songs like that. This kind of had the same vibe and I loved it. Therefore, it's getting the Epic Platinum Record Award. Yes, so deserving for the Ballad of Billy the Kid by Billy Joel, 1973. All right, on to Zanzibar. Comes from 52nd Street, his 6th studio album. Its lyrics discuss love of sports, love of alcohol, and the narrator's attempt to pick up a waitress. It's not about the island Zanzibar, but instead about activities in a sports bar named Zanzibar. Let's check it out.
Alley dances and the audience applauds. Though he's bathed in sweat, he hasn't lost his style. Another face at Zanzibar, but the waitress always serves a secret smile. Whoa, she's waiting out in Shantytown. She's gonna pull the curtains down for me. For me, I got the old man's car, I got a jazz guitar, I got a tab at Zanzibar. Tonight, it's where get to second base, and I'd steal it if she only gave the sign. Whoa, she's gonna give the go-ahead. The inning isn't over yet for me. For me, I got the old man's car, I got a jazz guitar, I got a tab at Zanzibar. Tonight is where I'll be. I'll be.
Of course. Gorgeous. It just keeps on giving.
I'll come back to Zanzibar. I'll be hiding in the darkness with my beer. Whoa, she's waiting out in shanty town. She's gonna pull the curtains down for me. For me, I got the old man's car, and I got a jazz guitar, I got a tab at Zanzibar. Tonight is where I'll be. I'll be. Well, that was spectacular. Almost an understatement. Wow, loved everything about that. Giving us so much, so much. As I always say, so much to love about this one. Great chord progressions right from the start. I especially loved hearing the gravel in Billy's voice. Maybe the first time, probably not, but I definitely haven't heard any songs of his with that much gravel and growl. Wow, as he was telling such a big story, really appreciated that. An expert, versatile singer. More insanely good storytelling here, of course. We knew it's about a bar and all the goings-on in the bar. And once again, his songs, including this one, feel as big as a movie, especially when he's telling such a big story, about this bar where everything's happening. I mean, look, they even made a whole TV series about it with the show Cheers, if you know it in the United States. It went on for years and years. So much storytelling in that show. And, he kind of encapsulated all of that into a 5-minute song or so expertly. Seemed like a fairly complex song musically, but the verses clearly my favorite part of the song. They were so amazing musically, constructed so well. I love them to death. I'll have to go back and hear them again. There was so much happening though. There was a piano riff that kind of came in. Wow, just so much that I fell in love with on first listen.
But then we get that beautiful breakdown, heavenly. It was dreamy. I think I heard some vibraphone perhaps, some kind of metal percussion, probably some piano, but it was soft, quiet, and dreamy. That section was just so gorgeous and tied for my favorite part of the song. But then another amazing part arrives. I knew we were going to get some amazing trumpet by Freddie Hubbard, who's apparently a legendary jazz trumpeter. We got it in full force, but I didn't expect it to be so fast, rapid, just full-on jazz trumpet solo. So unbelievably cool. Kudos to him. Then more of that verse, chorus greatness that I fell in love with instantly. And then at the end, more rapid jazz trumpet to take us out. I love the melodies that were going on during the fade out. Just a perfect song. Honestly, one of the best Billy Joel songs I've ever heard. I know a lot of them, and this one is right up there. Deep love at first listen. Because of everything I just talked about and more, it's getting the double Epic Platinum Record Award. Yes, absolutely, for Zanzibar by Billy Joel, 1978. And thank you so very much, Billy Joel, Freddie Hubbard, and everyone else involved in the creation of both these wonderful songs. All right, that is it for now. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed these as well. Anyway, you take care, stay safe, stay hydrated, and as always, I'm wishing you much peace, love, and blessings every single day. I'll see you soon.